Yeah, G4PWDM0JCF. Well, good afternoon, Mike. Not sure if we worked before. I haven't quite got internet access at the moment, like not my fingertips anyway, so I can't check my electronic logbook, but just scribbling away in the paper logbook. 5 and 7 to me, Mike. 5 and 7. Staffordshire, I sort of know it. I went through there just a few weeks ago, actually. I took the M50 from the M1 to the M6. I always use that cut across. I'm down in Sidcup in Kent, and I had to go to Liverpool, and I was early in the morning, and I'm sure you know the route, so I went that way, and I've spoke to a few of your countrymen, we'll say, up that way as well. I've forgotten his name now. Steve is nearby in Stone, in Staffordshire, so I'm probably sure that you've worked him many times. Can't remember if he's a G4 or a G8, but maybe I'm just waffling on there. But I'm just calling today for the first time using, excuse me, sorry, believe it or not, I do have COVID-19. I'm using an FT101ZD. This is the second day I've used it. I used it yesterday just answering calls on 40 metres, and today I thought I'd give it a go and actually try transmitting on 40 metres, running about 140 watts at the moment into a 90-foot long wire. But I'll give you some more story on the radio, and we'll take it from there. So sorry for the long waffle there, Mike. I tend to do that, unfortunately. Back to you, G4 PWD M0JCF.
No problems, and commiserations on the book. Not yet, you've not caught up with me yet. I am triple perforated, but that doesn't mean a thing at the moment, does it? Here we are. Okay, on the sounds fine. That's great. Mate down the road's got a 101E, I think it is, from the club. God knows how old that is, but he turns it on from time to time and stops it going bang, which is no bad thing, I suppose. But it sounds great, no problem. Equipment this end, a little bit more modern, but not that much more modern actually. It's the little mobile transceiver from a Linko Delta X-Ray 70, and that's going into a couple of nested Marconi's up about 40 foot. And okay, I'm Steve. I know Stevie's up in by the canal in Stone, isn't it? Big signal up at Linear. There's also a lad that's got an SDR system up there as well, but they are known to me. M0JCF, G4PW, what do you think?
Yeah, G4PWD M0JCF. Well, plenty of QR Mexico coming in from nearby as well. I did notice that 40 metres was very, very crowded today. But yeah, this radio, it came my way. Somebody local, when I say local, like 25, 30 miles away, he went silent key, it's 5 years ago now, and his widow, she basically had sold off just about everything. Excuse me. He sold off just about everything that he owned, and everyone bypassed this radio. Don't know why. Maybe it just wasn't modern enough. He was a G3 and a ZS. You know, he had a South African license as well. But anyway, I went down there, and basically she was going to throw everything in the skip. You know, 5 years later, she'd had enough. She couldn't sell any of the, like the remaining kit, and asked me was I interested. Now this radio is absolutely mint. We're talking not a mark on it. It was in the box with the manuals, with the receipts, all in rand, so it's obviously come up from South Africa. It had all the manuals, service manuals, the user manual, the receipts, etc. The microphone is a Yankee Delta 148, so it's the Yaesu desk mic. The hand mic never came with it, but that isn't a problem. I'll take the desk mic, which was boxed any day, and there was lots of other stuff, lots of homebrew stuff, and and I made a donation to her cause, which is all she wanted. She didn't want to be paid or anything, because this was going in the skip. And so I made her a nice donation, and it was very gratefully received. In fact, I was told, "Oh, that's too much," and I thought, "No, you're okay. Let's not say any more about the pound, shillings, and pence and rand and whatever." And so I took it away, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And so yesterday was the first fire up for a listen. Then I used it yesterday, as I say, answering a few CQ calls, and then I thought, right, now it's time to use it properly. And it's working really well. It's sitting on top of my Trio Tango Sierra 520 Sierra, which I've been using for 6 months or more now, maybe about 8 months. And that's a lovely old hybrid radio. So yeah, I do like my old radios. I mean, I've got more modern stuff, but I do like this old stuff, and I do like keeping the old stuff alive. And as you say, it needs turning on every now and again to stop it going bang. This one drifts about 30 hertz in a couple of hours, and in fact it's having a little bit of a flicker on the display now, where it looks like it's about to slip 10 hertz possibly. You might hear me maybe go off frequency. Yeah, there it goes. It now says 164.9. I was on 165. Of course, you might tell me differently. You might tell me I was on 166 or 164 or something like that. But, we have to forgive these old radios. But, I'm surrounded by old rubbish, and but you know what they say, where there's muck, there's brass. After that long waffle, I'll hand back to you, and hopefully I haven't disappeared either QSB or into the QR Mexico. A G4, Papa Whiskey Delta, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox.
I'm making it okay to use SDRs at the moment. I think they make you lazy. So that was a direct thing. About 20 thereabouts at the moment. So the conditions are well, used to the conditions are good. NGIH it's a pleasant change not to talk to a 7300 with me. It's such a pleasant change. Everybody in his dog seems to run those things, and it sounds lovely. And I do remember, I think it's got blue fluorescent display. Because they actually did have blue fluorescents, didn't they? They're always different. And I tell you, these South African. The other actually, a couple of times I went to Matlock to the Atlantic place in Matlock, and 9 times out of 10 there was always a South African in there buying kit. So it was obviously a lot cheaper to buy it here than it was to buy it down in their plant. But you always surprised me with these accents that were present when I went into to say hello to people up there. Weird. Anyway, it goes all right, spend anybody on that. It's very vintage. And it's just gone, which is very unusual. So a quick back before it goes bang as well. And JCF G4PWD.
Yeah, G4PWD M0JCF, a bit of a difficult one, that one. I got the gist of what you were saying, but the QRM, your signal dropped to about, I say, a 5 and 7. Dare I say, bordering on a 4, but that Alinco DX7 holding up well. Sorry, I didn't catch how many watts you was putting out. I'd be interested to know the power. I know you said you was using a nested dipoles, or was it nested dipoles or nested Marconi, one or the other, either or. I know you're using nested antennas. Just wondering what the power is out the back of one of those. At the end of the day, a lot of people are passing up the opportunity to own this gear because it lacks the modern touch and go, the plug and play type of things. People just don't want to touch valve gear or hybrid gear, because they are a bit more, in some ways, complicated, to get to grips with, but in other ways dead simple. You take a microprocessor control radio that has got the slightest fault on it, and you're in a a world of pain. Whereas a radio like this, it's all sort of hard and big and beefy, and I find quite nice to get your fingers stuck into. I won't be doing that to this one just for a while because it works of a fashion, and that's the way I'm going to leave it. But it's as I say, people want waterfalls, don't they? And I think there is a philosophy as well that if you buy the newest, the biggest, the best, the fastest, the tallest, the widest, and and therefore you switch it on and bam, DX is going to be in your lap, etc. But I think you'll find quite easily and quite quickly that isn't the case, and you can revert back to this old kit and work some phenomenal distances and some great stations. It's as you say, the best. Obviously, the best way to get DX is during the 5 and 9 next contesters when it's a worldwide contest. It's obviously it's not as satisfying if, like we're doing now, you want a rag chew, but it is satisfying if it gets you those countries or those states or those areas and provinces and that. It gets them in the logbook. If you just want to tick a box. Sometimes I like to do that. Sometimes I'm a box ticker. Other times, like today, I'm a CQer and see what pops up there, Mike. Back to you, G4 PWD M0 JCF.
Yes, okay, Mark, no problem. Can't seem to be a bit quieter either side of us, but not it's probably not going to last, is it? So I'll maybe let this be fine. I'll go and get some tea, actually, but yeah, 1 o'clock. 80 watts out the back of the Elenco, mate. Take 80 watts as we stand. That's it. I don't possess a linear. So I can't go on 80 metres, can I? There's all that things I do transcript with ST8. It does do things for me. Yes, you switch your computer on, and yes, you spoke to the whole world. But where's the challenge, really? It doesn't exist, does it? Far too easy. Easy come, easy go, that kind of radio, isn't it? This is more like it. German and Italian QRM in the middle of 40 metres. That's what we're bred for, Mark. Okay, mate.
Yeah, G4PWD M0JCF. Yeah, where would we be without loud Scandinavians and loud Germans? Always southern Germany for me. Very rarely do I get North Germany, sort of the Hamburg area, or even East Germany, Berlin way. Rarely do those signals come to me, but from Bavaria round that way, sort of Austria, Switzerland, those signals absolutely come storming in. It's really quite amazing. I say I'm just using a long wire antenna. It's a 90-foot long wire. Maybe it's the orientation for those, but on 40 metres, absolutely comes storming in. The best DX I've had on 40 is Brazil, and I find that the Brazilians on 2017 in particular are always loud compared to other South American countries. So I think it's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? We have pockets of it, and as I say, the Italians, well, they're a law unto themselves. I mean, I've never heard a quiet Italian yet. Oh no, I tell a lie. If you ever work him, Franco, India 5 Kilo Alpha Papa I5 Cap. He loves his QRP, and we've worked very, very low down on the power scale before now. I think I got as low as 50 milliwatts, but he was as low as 10 milliwatts, and it's only because we knew we were there and we could, follow each other. It wasn't a problem. Well, it was a problem. You couldn't really have a conversation with him, but it was really refreshing to work in Italian who was willing to work in the milliwatt range, and sub 1 watt. I mean, he must be a very, very rare beast in that part of the world. Okay then, Mike, listen, I'll let you go and grab something to eat. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same. I've just noticed the time and just noticed there's 10 past 1, and I'm a bit of a larger bloke, so filling it up with fuel every now and then should be a priority. As for the COVID, yeah, I've had it, and I come out of isolation on Thursday. I did a positive test this morning, so it's still hanging around. But to be honest, I'm double jabbed, and it's now given me obviously natural immunity. But the only problem I had with it was a cough, and that is the real issue, a cough. Maybe a high temperature Saturday and last Wednesday, but other than that, you know, I've had worse common colds. My good lady wife has had it a little bit bad than me. She's actually lost her sense of smell and taste, which I haven't, and I'm quite pleased about that. So luckily we've got it out of the way just before the Christmas break, and both my daughters are in their 20s. So far they've got away with it, and they've just had nothing but negative tests every day. So we're really pleased and thankful for that. So on that note, before I end up waffling again and driving you nuts and driving you into hunger pangs, I'm going to say a very best 73 and a happy Christmas, Mike. Really appreciate you coming back to me, and thanks for giving me the 80 watts as well. It was something I just keep in my paper logbook. Well, with that, I'm going to wish you also good wishes for 2022. Hope we catch up again, and always jump on me, answer me if you hear me on any band. I'll always look forward to a rag tune with you. It's been an absolute pleasure, Mike. I say bye-bye for now then. G4PWD M0JCF.
It's a tricky that comes on 5 meg, you know, it'd be lovely on 60 metres, but you'd have to put a bridge through it, wouldn't you? Unfortunately, but hey ho, the sort of spend a lot of time down there, you see. Okay, mate, all this, get rid of that plate, and shortly, well, no problem. Just will pick up when you need, just a bit.
Yeah, no problem, mate, and you take care, and as I say, have a great festive period if that's your thing. Okay, bye-bye for now. QRZ, before I go, QRT, if anyone would like a quick report. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot listening. Okay, nothing is heard. The frequency is now clear for use. The frequency is clear for use. Okay, I did hear a Mike 0 Sierra Delta, I believe. Was there a Mike 0 Sierra Delta just before I go?
Yeah, Roger. I was a little bit slow. It's Mike 0 Sierra Delta, Mike.
Yeah, Mike 0 Sierra Delta. Mike, good afternoon, old chap. The name this end is Mark. Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. Just down in Sidcup in Kent, and just about to go and fill up my fat belly. So, but I've got time for you, mate. No problems whatsoever. Back to you.
Yes, this is Mike 0, the Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. Name is Stuart. Stuart, QTX, Brampton, Lincolnshire. And you're about 5 and 9 plus 10.
Oh, thanks for the 5 and 9 plus 10. I think you was nudging 5 and 8 there. I'll watch the meter next time round, Stuart. But yeah, I've got you down, Stuart Grantham in Lincolnshire. I'm just down in Sidcup in Kent. Juliet Oscar 01 Bravo Kilo is the locator, if that's any good to you. Running today a Yaesu FT 101ZD Mark III. Looking at the meter now, just peaking on 150 watts into a 90-foot long wire, and the band is absolutely solid with QR Mexico today. It seems to be very, very lively indeed. So that's the story this end there, mate, and I'll give you a proper report on the next over. Back to you, M0 SDM M0 JCF.
Yeah, okay, Mark, all copied there. Well, your 101 sounded really good. You know, nothing wrong with the old effects at all. It sounds just as good as the modern stuff. So congratulations there on that. And when a similar antenna, I'll give you an 84-foot long bit of wire, inverted V, with a bit of a long counterpoise below it. So that's the antenna wire. I've got holding Mark, anyway, we'll get PCB. And I've got another meeting starting in a few minutes, so let's not hold it too long. 0 JCF from M0 SDM.
Yeah, M0 SDM, M0 JCF returning. Yeah, no problem, Stuart. As I say, it's great for you to come back to me. Sorry, I might have missed it because I was busily scribbling while you was speaking. Just give us an idea of the antenna that you're using, please. Back to you.
Yeah, an 84-foot long wire, inverted V, so both the ends are probably about 6 foot off the ground, and then in the middle it's probably about 12 feet, so yeah, 84-foot long wire, QSL.
Yeah, QSL on that, Stuart. And very interesting you said that. 84 foot long wire in inverted V, because I'm using a 90 foot long wire and it's inverted U. So I think the top section's probably about 65 feet long, and then each end I've got a vertical section. So that was really good. Mine's running north south, so if it was a dipole it'd be radiating east-west, but of course it isn't a dipole, so it radiates wherever it likes, especially with the shape that it is. It's interesting to know someone else is using a long wire and we're making this short skip, because between me and you, Grantham, it's got to be about 130 miles, isn't it? Maybe around about there. There's not a lot in it, but yeah, it's working very well for a short skip, and as you say, having the ends quite close to the ground as well, it's probably making a fairly good NVIS antenna. My centre section is probably about 25 feet off the ground, so I find that for 80, 60 and 40 metres it works very, very good for short skip and into G. So I have trouble with DX as such on 80 and 60, because obviously it being so close to the ground, and a lot of my signals going up rather than sideways. But excuse me, I find that on 40 metres, I'll get better distance, but it works very good for inter G. Anyway, listen, Stuart, I am rambling and waffling. I tend to do that, and it's, as I say, I'd just finished with Mike, and I was just about to vacate the frequency, so that's what I'll do this time. I'll actually vacate it this time and hand it over to you if you so wish to call CQ, and wish you very happy Christmas. A very prosperous 2022. Hope everything goes well for you and yours. And on that note, I wish you a 73. And I say look forward to the next time. And as they say, catch you down the log. Back to you for any finals. M0 SDM, M0 JCF.
Next year, hopefully we will have a bit of a better one. So, yeah, I've actually recently offered to speak 12 minutes, so I'll get myself set up for that, and maybe get to likewise to the that one. Thanks to the viewers and thanks to the grid, and I'm off and clear. Bye.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Absolute pleasure talking to you, and we'll have a longer one next time, I'm sure. I'm off now, so this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot going QRT. This frequency should be now clear for use.